I do have a little music, but I'm gonna keep it real light so you can hear me. And if you ever can't hear me, do this, and then I'll know to talk a little louder. So let's take a peek at our feet and maybe lift and spread the toes. Your feet are gonna get dirty today, don't worry about it. Try to make some space there between each one of your toes and then set them back down. And because this ground is uneven, your relationship with your feet is going to change throughout class. So just try to go with the flow. Don't worry if you wobble. Don't worry if you start to tip over. Let's just start to sway the hips a little bit side to side, shifting the weight in our feet, feeling the ankles turn slightly. And if you wanted to close your eyes here, that might be really nice. And then start to get the spine and the shoulders involved a little bit. So as you tip to the right and the left, let your upper trunk kind of go the other direction. And then let's get a little bit more shoulder involvement. So think of a string attached to your elbow. When you reach your elbow up, take a peek up at it, or look at the trees, or look at the sky. And take just a moment there to feel a stretch along your sides. Maybe all the way down, even towards your outer hip, you might feel a little stretch. And then we're going to stretch the arm all the way up and reach, and then pull back down. All of our movements today are going to be in sync with your own preferences, your breathing. So even if I'm cueing around the breathing, I want you to stay in touch with your cycle and your rhythm. And don't worry about keeping up or rushing. Let's go back through the center and reach tall through the arms, but a little wider. Oh, a leaf just fell. That's so nice. And then pull your arms down, just like you're doing a pull-up. We're going to do a few of those. Notice how the breathing can inform this shape, whether you're reaching or pulling. How do you want that to synchronize? Beautiful. Okay, last one. And then we're going to take the feet a little closer together. So closer than you would normally stand your feet probably. Squat down a little bit, take your hands to your thighs, and draw some small circles around your ankles and toes with your knees. Now, how big you make this circle is completely up to you. Our knees do have the ability to rotate a little bit, as you can probably see now. Go both ways. And then rise back up to standing. Separate your feet a little wider. Bend your knees more, tip your pelvis forward, and lay your spine down towards your thighs. Just let your body hang. Maybe nod your head a little bit. You could sway your body side to side. Feet could come even wider. You could turn your toes out and make it more squatty. And then find your way down onto all fours. Let's work on keeping the arms straight and circling the shoulder blades. Up, together, down, and around. Go the other way. And then find your shoulder blades really wide on your back so you feel really stable. Let's move the pelvis, the spine, the chest, and then the head last into a cow pose. And then we'll go slowly the other way. Tailbone, pelvis, low back, mid back, upper back, neck. Keep going. Take it slow. No rushing around. Once again, notice how the breathing wants to be as far as this movement and this flow. Pause in neutral. Step your right toes backwards and just push the heel front to back, stretching through the bottoms of your feet. And then switch sides and turn the fingertips towards the outside edges of your mat. Really press through your base knuckles. And then you're going to tuck your toes under, all 10 of them. Stretch your hips back a little ways. Fingertips now can change to pointing backwards if that's okay with your wrists. Another version would be to pull your hands like this and take the backs of your hands to your mat. Just a little yin-like stretch here before we move into a little bit more of a flow. Press your toes firmly into your mat. Reset your palms. Tabletop position, right arm forward. Lift through your thumb first, and then circle that arm wide behind you. And then reach it back up and forward. 2 more like that. Switch sides. Try to keep your chest facing your mat and isolate that shoulder. Lots of nutrition, rotation. Stretching on the front side, stretching on the back side. Now we can head into our downward dog, but let's go super slow with this. Tuck your toes, lift your knees just a little bit, and then start to drop your hips back as you push your chest towards your thighs. And then really slowly creep your hips upward and backwards as you find that nice spine stretch. Take a few breaths there. You can pedal the legs, make it feel good. Shift forward to a high plank. You can adjust your stance if you need to. Wrists at least as wide as the shoulders, maybe a little wider for some of us. Think of spiraling the biceps forward and wrapping your triceps towards your knees. And now find a sense of dragging the front of your mat backwards. Try to pull your plank to the floor, to the ground in one piece. You could lower the knees if you need to. Untuck your toes. Press your feet down, roll your shoulders back, and then rise the chest. Little baby cobra to start. All the way down. Tuck your toes. You're going to push into all fours or plank if you're feeling powerful right away. Down dog, hips go high. Shift forward to plank. Let's try that again. You can come halfway or all the way down. Before you do that little back bend, tuck your shoulders down and back. Find a cobra or an upward facing dog or even sphinx pose. And then we're going downward dog. Take your time with the transition. Pull from that center body. Quick little pedal of the legs maybe. Walking, stepping, or hopping forward, top of your mat. As you inhale, come up halfway, be long and strong on your backside, and then fold in. Just 2 more like that, a halfway lift. For all of you people that lift weights, it feels like a deadlift. Last one. And then we're coming to standing on this one. You can roll up or hinge up. Take your arms overhead and reach. Side bend to your right. You can hold your left forearm or wrist. And then side bend to your left. We're going to continue to roll through the side bends. We're going to use one arm to pull in that direction. And then switch. This is my favorite way to side bend these days. I love it. One side's strong, the other side's long. Come back through center. One little pull up. You can add a back bend if you like it. Firm your legs. Reach up. Maybe look up. And then dive down. Forward fold. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, fold, plant your palms. Optional vinyasa your way, or you can head straight to downward facing dog. Once you land in your downward dog, send your right leg towards the sky and just rotate your ankle. Try to keep your hips still for this one and really isolate. Now bend and straighten your knee a few times. Really kick your heel in towards your tush. Good. Step your right foot forward. Bring your left knee to the ground. Rise up. Kneeling crescent. Arms reach. Side bend right. Exhale. Reach up, inhale. Twist open to the right. Right arm's gonna reach behind you, and then look at your right hand. If you can't see it, it's okay. Left hand to the floor, to the earth. I gotta get used to saying that. Left toes tuck under. Let's raise the left knee and complete the twist. Maybe the gaze goes up. 2 hands to the ground. Option to take a plank from here, a 3-point plank, and then we're gonna vinyasa our way down and up. Downward dog is the next stop. I'm gonna be a complete dirty mess by the time this is over. I should have wore like a protective suit. It's okay. Left leg up, circle the ankle, just the ankle. And now kick your own tush with your left heel. Beauty. Yep. And then step it through. Bring your right knee to the ground. Rise it up. Take one long inhale. Side bend left. Through the center. Twist open to the left. Maybe the gaze goes towards your left hand. Right hand down. Tuck your toes and raise the right knee. Really strong on that right rear hip. Beautiful. This time we're going to step forward, chair pose. Lighten up your toes. Get heavy in your heels. Your arms can be doing anything here. Then we're going to challenge our thighs a little bit in this chair pose by marching the legs. Let's do a few with the left leg lifting and the right leg staying. And then switch. Can you keep the rest of your body super still and just work on flexing the hip? Inhale, stand all the way up, reach up. Exhale, dive down. Halfway lifting, get long. Exhale, folding, make your flow or a downward dog. I think it goes without saying that if you ever need a rest, take one. Don't wait for me to invite it, because it might not happen. Right leg reaches. This time you're going to circle the hip. So you can do that with a straight leg. I like a bent knee position. Just get that right hip to rotate all the way around the clock. Nice, Abby. Yes. Now step forward, back knee down. Just like we started it, we're just going to add on to this stuff. Little side bend right. And then a little twisty right. Face forwards. Decide how you want your arms for the transition, which is going to be to this little flying lunge. Warrior 3-ish. So you don't have to go all the way in, but see how much weight you can get into that right leg. Step forward, chair pose, Utkatasana. Breathe in. Breathe out and fold. Your flow or a simple step back will do. We'll meet in downward dog. Left leg, reach it. Find some circumduction, some rotation. Step your left foot forward, ground your right knee, rise your spine and your arms, maybe look up. Side bend to your left. Get vertical. Think of scissoring your legs together. Twist to the left. Face the front of your mat. As you hinge your body forward, tuck your back toes under and raise your knee. Step forward, chair pose. This time let's go for a heel raise if possible. You can think of kind of hugging your heels together, your ankles together, maybe even your knees together and your inner thighs together. Let's try this. Let's stand. It's going to be wobbly. Squeeze your bum. If you want harder, look up. Yeah. If you want to challenge yourself even more, keep the heels up as you fold. How slow can you go? There's no prizes, it's just for you. Heels down, palms down, optional vinyasa. Nice, Dalton. Step your right foot forward. You can kick it up first if you like that. high crescent lunge or a warrior one. Either one's good. Right leg forward, left leg is still backwards. Switcheroo, my friend. Right leg forward. There you go. I sometimes reverse my sides, but you're not allowed to. Bend your back knee a little lower. Side bend to your right. Really reach through that left arm. Come back to vertical. Take your arms out to a T, and now rotate through your core to the right. Shift forward. Did I forget the warrior three last time? I did. Dang it. Okay, fly your crescent, and then we'll find the warrior three. I promise I'll get it on the second time, and we'll hold it longer on that left side. Step forward, chair pose, breathe in. Breathe out, forward fold. Okay, we're gonna switch it up a little bit. Just step back to a plank. Take your feet wider in your plank. Right arm forward. Tip over towards the right. Side plank with the legs really staggered. Reach your right hand towards your left heel and pike your hips. And then you're going back to plank. Feet stay wide. Tip heels to the right, open to the left, left arm raises. You're gonna pike your hips and reach left hand to the right heel, or vice versa. Beautiful. Back to down dog, left leg's gonna lift. Step forward, kneeling lunge first. Rise the arms. Side bending. Back to that tall spine and then twisting. Vertical, reach your arms overhead. Shift your body forward slightly, tuck the back toes, lift your right knee. Warrior three, find your balance. It's okay if you're wobbly. You're not a statue. Breathing for 50, 49, 48. Just kidding, let's try for 5. Heavier heel, lighter toes. Step forward, chair pose. Take a breath, and then just stand up. Close your eyes for a second. Any sounds that you hear, just invite them in as part of your practice. If we waited until everything was just right for our meditation or our movement, we'd be waiting till the end of time. So accept what is, have fun. Open your eyes and inhale. Exhale, step the left leg back and hinge your body forward to that flying crescent. Open up, warrior two. Left arm is gonna circle around. Reset the left foot and adjust your stance as needed. Right toes are turning towards the front side of your mat. Okay, I just made this up today. We're gonna try it. It went pretty well this morning. So you're in your warrior two, your toes are facing forward. This right leg, we're gonna pivot it into a side lunge just by turning the thigh in and the toes towards the long side of your mat. And then you're going back to a vertical spine, warrior two. 3 more times. Lift the ball of your foot, heel pivot, and then reset. Last 2. Yeah, you can hinge the hips back and kind of get a little lower if you want to. That's cool. Last one. And then we're going warrior B, regular style. Reverse the warrior. Look beyond your right hand. Let your left shoulder relax. Bring your right knee a little bit deeper if you want. And then pull your right thigh away from your midline, trying to get it towards the pinky toe side of your foot. Straighten your right leg. Pretend like you're coming to triangle, but you're not going all the way. You're just tipping a little bit. Reverse the triangle. Right arm high, left arm low. Breathe. Side angle pose. Rebending, tipping the spine towards the right thigh. Stay open to the long side of your mat in your chest. And then we're going to open up to the long side here, finding that goddess. Toes out, heels in. You can do what you like with your arms. Warrior two to the front. Switch out the legs. Reverse triangle. Hands to your mat, runner's lunge. pivot onto the ball of your left foot, lift your left heel, bend your right knee, now twist. Right arm opens up, chest to the right, breathing. Optional vinyasa, we're going back to down dog. Left leg, step it through, come to that high lunge. Step forward. I forgot we started from here. So, stand all the way up, simultaneously step the right leg back and bend into your left knee, find that flying crescent position. And now when you bring your trunk upright, we're gonna try to get a little lower into that right knee. So it's harder on the quads. Side bend to the left. And then twisty left. Right arm forward, left arm back. Face the front. Now you're gonna take your warrior B open to the right side of your mat. Pull the left foot up towards your shin, pivot on your heel, side lunge. Back up to a vertical, warrior two. 3 more times. Can you keep that back leg really strong and straight from your hip all the way to your foot? Let's do one. I can see people shaking, so I know I'm doing it right. Is that the key? Okay, warrior two. Take a moment. Reverse triangle. Side angle. How much are you relying on your left arm? Get your hip to do more of the responsible thing. Let's go goddess again. We'll head back into that halfway triangle in a moment. Pull your thighs wide, lift your arches, and breathe. Reset the warrior two. Reverse the triangle, and then it's like you're gonna go to triangle, but instead you're just relying on the core to hold you in. Reverse. And then you're finding that runner's lunge. Just for a second, get grounded. Put your hands where you want them, then you're rotating open. Raise the left arm, reach, drive the back leg super straight. Optional flow from there. I'm competing with children and dogs. I'll try to talk a little louder. Right leg up and back. Step forward, high lunge. If you like that warrior one better, I'm okay with that. Challenging your balance a little bit, find a side stretch to your right. Come back to vertical, bend into your back knee, maybe shorten your stance. Stay vertical, but twist open to the right. Right arm goes back. That's it. Face forward and then set up your warrior two. Open it up to the left long side of your mat. Reverse warrior two. Side angle right away here. We're going to take some time to explore. Back leg really firm, especially the tush. So you're supporting your left hip with that engagement on the back side. Connecting to the power of your outer right hip, try to guide your knee more towards the pinky toe side of your foot and then reach that left arm tall. Reverse the triangle. Some of us like a little shorter stance here towards triangle pose, so if you like that, you can adjust anytime you're ready. Start with the pelvis tipping forward towards your right thigh. Reach long through your trunk and your right arm, and then find a position for your arms to land in triangle pose. Once again, assessing the support that you have on the back left hip, that's your brakes, so that you don't get too pulled by gravity towards that right leg. Find a couple breaths. Rebend your front knee, open up to that plie squat stance. Toes out, heels in, get as low as you want. And then take your hands just really gently behind your head. So the elbows don't have to be super wide here, but they can be. Core crunch to the right. And to the left. And now a core twist to the right. Don't let that left leg go with though. Pull it wide and twist the other direction. Right leg is gonna wanna go with. Good. Face open, warrior B. Reverse warrior, stretch. Twisting runner's lunge, left hand down, left heel up. Pivot your chest open to the right. This time we're gonna add in a side plank. So the left knee could come down first if you want. Otherwise, you're gonna step your right foot back and open any version of side plank. Every version is different. Yes, good. Breathing for 3, 2. Find the plank, maybe the flow. It's okay to skip it. Or it's okay to do extra push-ups. Mike, take your hands a little wider. Yeah, see how that feels when you do your push-ups. It is Mike, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. Oh yeah, that looks way better. Does it feel better? More power. All right, take a second. And then it's left side, high crescent lunge. I'm gonna keep the legs how you have them for now and work into that side bend first. It's all core. Try to scissor your legs together. And then you come back to center. We're gonna get a little lower, tuck under with your pelvis slightly, and now twist. Rotate back open, reset the warrior 2. Pause. Can you still spy your left big toe? As you come into that reverse warrior, notice what happens on this right side. If it feels a little wrinkly, try to lift up first and then arc over. It's not really a back bend, it's more that lateral stretch. Keep driving the left knee forward and outward. One more inhale. Side angle we go. Just for a second, think of squeezing your heels towards each other. Notice what you feel along the inner thighs, that inner hip basin. And then it's reverse triangle. Remember, you can shorten that stride if it feels like you're doing the splits. How slow can you transition to that triangle pose? Feel your pelvis leading you, then the spine, core, and finally the arms find their spot. For me, I like to rebend this left leg to come up, but you wouldn't have to. We're gonna go find that goddess again. And this time we're gonna bring the arms together, the forearms together with the pinky side of the hand facing one another. Your palms are gonna be shining right to your face, so this is just gonna change that core experience a little bit because now your shoulder blades are pulling wide on your back. Side bend, doesn't matter which way you go first. Other way. Back to the top. Now we're twisting. Try not to move your arms. All core. Ooh. Beautiful. Reshuffle the feet. Warrior 2 to reverse warrior. Runner's twist is your next stop. Right hand down. Right heel up. Chest open to the left. Your side plank variation, try to move with efficiency. How many short little steps can you take to get to where you need to go? That's awesome. Okay, before you take your flow, just come back to your plank. Once again, step your feet just a little bit wider, and maybe the hands come just like slightly closer together than normal. Raise your right leg up and back. Try to keep your trunk the same. If that's going well, you're going to try to keep the plank and raise your left arm somewhere. Just take it off the ground. Yeah. It's okay if it's wobbly. Switch sides. First start with the leg. Press down through those right toes. That's going to really help you. Then maybe the right arm. Nice stuff. You had it. Yep. Okay, any gas left in the tank, take your flow. Otherwise, it's just a little rest. Get off the wrists if you need to. Give them a little soothing rotation. And let's just press the pause button for a moment. Are we warming up? I'm glad it's not like 95 degrees. Right? Whew. Okay, good. We're coming back to down dog. I'm going to add a little more rotation to this sequence. Step your right leg through and come to your high crescent lunge. Bend your back knee, neutralize your pelvis as best that you can, and then twist your chest open to the right side. Unrotate, face forward, stand on your right leg. Your left leg's going to come out in front. If you don't like where your foot is, move it. I've got a nice flat spot. Now you're going to open your chest to the left. Keep driving through that right heel, the ball of the foot. And now a really slow and strong transition back to the warrior two. Move like you're underwater. And then once you got your legs where you want them and your hips where you want them, keep all of that, but spin your chest and your arms to face the front of your mat. Yeah. Regular warrior B. Reverse the warrior. Side angle, right arm inside the thigh, left arm high. Let's try to work that right arm really straight inside the right thigh today, because we're going to add rotation to this guy. Left arm's going to start upward, and then as you exhale, you're going to try to bring your palms closer together. Really fire up the back glutes as you do this. 2 more times. Turn the sternum down, and last one. Warrior two, come on up. Straighten your right leg, reverse, triangle. Triangle, tip. Gaze can go up or down. Up's going to challenge your balance a little bit. Rebend your front leg. Let's go back to warrior two. And now we're going to find the side lunge going left. Your choice here would be to just stay neutral with the upper body, or you can add a twist open to the back side of your mat by bringing your right hand towards the earth and the left arm towards the sky. Left knee is bent, right leg's still pretty straight. Stay low like a ninja. Go back to the front of your mat, runner's twist. Left knee down. Pull your left heel towards your buns, and if your right hand can reach for that left foot, you can get a hold of it, pull it in towards your body, or you can just use your hamstrings to close the back of your knee and earn a cramp. High five if you earn a cramp. Oofda. All right, let that left leg lay back down. Option to stay in this rotation or not. You're going to do some version of a half splits. So maybe that right leg just shoots straight and you stay spinning open. If twists aren't for you today, you're going to take another version of that half splits position or full splits position. Rebend your front leg. We're coming back to that runner's lunge. Shorten your stance a little bit. Tuck your back toes under. Fly your arms outward or backward. Warrior three, push into the ground. Kick your back leg strong. And then we're going to start to tip over the right hip. Left leg's going to go high. Your hands can come to the ground at any time. Standing splits. And then step back with your left foot. Step back with your right foot. Plank. Optional vinyasa. Press the pause button again, gather your breath. And then step your left foot forward, high crescent lunge. Bend your back knee a little bit more. Open up to the left. Yes, good. Face forward. Stand on your left leg. Bring the right leg ahead of you. For now, do what you want with your arms. And then you're going to twist your body open to the right without shifting the hips or the legs. Now this is going to lead you into your left side, warrior two. But we're trying to tip ever so slowly, being in control of that whole transition. Reverse warrior to side angle. 3 rounds, little bit of upper thoracic rotation. It could also just be your arm moving, right? It could just be a shoulder stretch. Find that reverse triangle. And then we're going back to the side lunge on the right side. So this could be that little twisty thing, or you could just keep it neutral. Right knee is bending, left hand could be down, but really light. Did we do triangle on the other side? Did we do triangle? We did? I can't remember. Fire it up, come on back. Warrior two, reverse triangle to triangle. I know it's a different order. Having trouble focusing. Okay, now we're going to get out of here to a runner's twist. Eventually your right hand's going to come down, right heel lifts off, open up, and then once you get to the rotation part of things, lower your back knee. And maybe that left hand goes for the right foot. It doesn't have to. Yep, that's it. Yeah, and you might have to shuffle yourself around to get it there. And if you had to do it, oh, look at Wendy shake, I'm digging it. If you had to kind of adjust yourself to get a hold of the foot, see if you can hold the position for a second after you let go. Yeah, that'll earn you a cramp. Now unravel your twist, find some version of the half splits. Some version could be with the rotation or not. Let's take it easy. Kelly's got my favorite version with the arms going back. Okay, rebend front leg, hands down for now. Shorten up your stride. So you've just got this little short lunge. You're gonna think forward with the trunk and down with the left leg as you find that warrior three. Bend into your left knee, long step back with the right toes. Land your palms down, optional vinyasa. And once again, we're taking a little break. Let's either go kneeling pose or a child's pose for just a few breaths. And then you're going to stay in a child's-like position. Come back forward to like a really low tabletop. Keep your left leg where it is, so some version of child's, and then shoot your right leg off to the side. I'm sorry, your foot's gonna get dirty. So from here, we're gonna untuck the left toes, rock the hips back any amount towards your heels. You can stay just like this. If you want it a little bit more for the thoracic spine or the shoulder, your right arm can thread underneath and your head can turn towards the left. Two more breaths. And then press your way back up to your palms. Arrange your left knee underneath your left hip. You're going to bring your trunk upright. For now, this right leg is going to stay out to the side, but here's your challenge. This left leg is going to be your balancing point. So your whole shin's connected to the ground. You're going to try to get the left knee under the left hip. This is your task. I don't care how much you have to lean to the left, you can do that. You're going to try to pull the right leg off the ground, hover it, and then step it. Good. Tuck your back toes under once you get there. Your next stop, tree pose, opening the left hip. You can put your foot on your leg or you can let it hover and use your hip and hamstring muscles to hold the pose. Next layer. You can do whatever you want with your arms, but try to close one eye. I don't care which eye. Now close the other eye. Yeah. And then open your eyes and stand on 2 feet. Inhale, raise your arms, maybe a little back bend here. You could just do the cactus arm position, or if you like that bind behind you, you can roll your shoulders down and back and bind the knuckles. Take care of yourself by consciously contracting the back muscles rather than just dropping back. One more breath. Release the bind, raise your arms over your head, breathe in, and then exhale, fold. Optional vinyasa, or you're just going to go back to that child's pose. That's where we're going to meet. Right leg will stay in the child's. Maybe it's turned out a little bit for this version. The left leg's going to shoot out laterally, and then you're going to drop back. Chest towards the floor, the ground, or right arm can thread underneath. Sorry, left arm. And you can maybe rotate your head there towards the right side if you want the rotation. Cool. Just try to relax around the inner thighs. Let your pelvis be heavy. Bring yourself back to neutral. Keep your legs like this. Reset the hands for tabletop. Press down strong with the left leg and the right shin. Come on up. And then maybe you need to tip a little to the right so the left leg can get light. Outer hip in control as you hover. Neutral. Hang in there. And then step. Back toes tuck. Tree pose. Move the right leg into the position that works for you today. Situate your arms maybe differently than last time if you want. I like this. This is good. Oh, nice, Abby. Reverse prayer is another good one. I forgot about that one. Now close one eye. And the other eye. Both eyes if you're feeling really sassy. And then 2 feet to your mat. Arms by your sides. Do close your eyes here. Let's try to keep them closed for the transition. Raise your arms. Breathe in. Breathe out. Tip your pelvis forward. Let your spine dangle. Widen your stance here. Option to just hang the body in that passive forward fold. Or you can add, again, rotation or shoulder circles in this fold. Bend your knees. Drop your seat as low as you want to for a squat. So the feet can be wide, the feet could be close, it doesn't matter. Just get yourself situated for any version of a squat. And just when you thought things were going to get easier, we're going to challenge ourselves a little bit. This is floor number 0. We're going to get to floor number 10, but we're going to go excruciatingly slow. So let's go to 1, 2, 3. Keep going, same speed. You're about halfway there maybe. Try to bring the chest up a little higher, spine a little taller, drive through your heels, squeeze through your buns. So you're all the way standing, raise your arms. One side bend each way. Maybe you use those arms as a pull and a reach. Other direction. This time, arms are gonna clasp out front. So you can hold your own hand, you can interlace. 10 to 1, nice and slow. Try to stay up in your chest and in your trunk for as long as you can. So that means it's mostly knees and ankles to begin. And then when you feel like you can't do that anymore, then let the pelvis drop back as you pull it consciously towards your heels. And then once you feel like you're in the basement again, you're going to very gracefully get down onto your tush. Use your hands if you need to. Boat pose. Find a relatively flat spot. And then you can hold the legs. You could hold the toes. Or you could let your hips do the work. Just 5, 4, 3, 2. Lower the right leg. Bend your left knee. Sit up and open that left leg to the side, just like the tree pose. And then you're going to take a forward fold of your choice. You could go towards the right leg or towards the middle. Bring yourself upright. Left arm's going to swim up and back. Plant your left hand. Rise your hips as you ground through the left shin and the right heel. Get long from right fingertips to right toes. Arc back as much as you want to. And then sit your seat down. Back to Navasana. Any version that you like. You could even take your hands behind you. Maybe look up for a second. Lower the left leg, bend your right knee, take it down, and hinge and fold. Bring your body up. Circle the right hand behind you. Push from your backside. Reach your left arm. You can curl back or you can keep it pretty neutral. It's up to you. And then find your seat. Stretch both legs out in front. We're going to do just a little bit of back and forth here. So the backwards motion is going to be like a Pilates roll down. You're going to kind of scoop from the front. And then when you come up, you're going to widen your arms and make a little back bend on your seat. So roll back any amount, tuck, sit, open, squeeze the backs of your hands together. Last couple. Maybe every time you get almost a little closer to the ground, a few more vertebra landing. Yes, let's do last one here. It's okay if the legs bounce a little bit. Curl down slow for 5, 4, 3, 2. Once you land, pull your right leg in. Give it a squeeze as you kick your left leg long. Stretch your right leg high, put your footprint on the sky. Hold the back of your right leg, relax around the neck and the shoulders. From here, you could choose to take your right leg out to the side, to the right for like that inner thigh stretch, or you could bring your right leg across your body the other direction for more of a twist. You could do a little bit of both. We have some time to work with. Nice, Jen. Adjust yourself back to a neutral position and then just kind of spread your body out on your mat, arms to the sides, let your legs lay down all the way. And then with both sides, give your glutes a squeeze. Just a little bit of a hug from the back side, the pelvis will lift and then relax. Left leg can draw in towards your body, give it a nice hug. Straighten your left leg until it stops. Keep your right leg actively reaching. And then you have time to work through those other two options. Bring it on back, center. Stretch your body out all the way. Give your tush a squeeze. And then arms beside you, knees can bend. Plant your feet about as wide as your hips. I saw that. And then let's rock the pelvis under. Really imprint your low back into your yoga mat. And then one vertebra at a time, lift up into your bridge. Go super slow. Curl your tailbone up between your thighs so your low back gets a little stretch. And then root your feet through the grass, through the earth. And then you're going to come down just as slow as you went up, but this time starting at the top, of course. Keep scooping under. When you land, you have some free time to do anything that you like, including like cartwheels or whatever you want to do in the park, hacky sack, frisbee. Maybe you're ready to rest it right now. That's cool. Okay, we are going to take a little rest today, but if you're still working on some of your finishing poses, you can feel free to continue with that. And because there are so many factors here and the environment isn't typical to what we would do for Shavasana, if you would rather sit up or even lay on your stomach, you could sit up, you could kneel. Just make your body as still as you can in any comfortable position. Let your eyes drop closed or set your gaze on the beautiful sky. keep your body where it is for now and just notice any points of contact between your body and the earth. And see if you can experience the exhale phase of your breath just a little bit more intensely towards those areas. Backs of the heels, ankles, legs, seat, maybe your spine, your rib cage. Feel the weight of your arms and shoulders. Feel your head and neck resting. And then notice those areas of your body that are not touching the earth. And see if you can create an experience of expansion all throughout your body as you inhale. As if you could breathe out into your sides, the sides of the legs, neck, belly, whole body breathing in and out. Slow and patient, nurturing and nourishing. And then you can decide how you would like to start to integrate any kind of connections back to physical movement or effort, but keep it pretty chill and low key. Be kind. And then you can take all the time that you need to roll onto one side. Or just roll up. And just take a moment to sit and be. Again, welcoming in any sounds as part of your practice, with the understanding that all we have control of right now is this particular moment and our response to any stimulus that comes our way. And yoga arms us with the tools to manage all of those fluctuations. Thanks so much for being here, everyone. I had a blast. We'll do it again. I hope you have an awesome weekend. Namaste. Yay!